It's hard for the plow crews to keep up. So let's check in on what the road conditions are for this morning's commute. And Mike Joyce is on the road today. He's made a round to area police departments to see what's going on. Hey, Mike.
Good morning, everyone. We are here at a red light at Hilda Avenue and South Market Street, heading south towards Boardman, and the snow is really coming down here at the intersection. You can see it coming down, and this is right now we're in the snowy area where we could see snowfall rates to an inch, maybe 2 inches an hour. Now that's not necessarily we're going to see 2 inches of snow falling in an hour, but that's what the snow is falling right now. Also, I managed to contact the Ohio Highway Patrol, and we did have a slide off on Route 11 in Columbiana County. No injuries reported, and that goes for all of the WFMJ viewing area this morning. No life-threatening injuries. There was a semi-accident on I-80 west of Route 46. That was also no injury, no reports over on the Pennsylvania side. So we are doing good traffic accident-wise this morning, but of course, roads are treacherous. It's tough out here for even us. So we're making our way around. Haven't seen any major accidents yet, but you know, like Mike said, you want to double your commute time this morning. It's snowing very hard here in the heart of Youngstown and is across most of the valley, as Jess mentioned. And we'll be out here, out and about the valley this morning, bringing more live road reports. Plows haven't gotten to a lot of major thoroughfares just yet. I talked to ODOT, and there are 20 plows in Mahoning County and 20 plows in Trumbull County out right now, making sure that all of us can have a safe commute into work this morning. So it's a rough one out there, but if you take it slow and yield to snow plows and other motorists, it is a manageable commute. But we even have seen a little bit of lightning flashes out and about here as well. So it's a crazy weather morning here in the Mahoning Valley, and guys, it will hopefully let up in the next few hours or so. But right now, it's a rough going.
Yeah, Mike, it is bad news. I saw that tractor trailer on 80 West. They were cleaning it up about 4 in the morning. The tow trucks were out there, so hopefully that'll be out of the way as you head out this morning. Well, as this snowstorm brewed further than anybody else on these snow-covered roads in the valley, boy, Mike Joyce is right out in the elements. Hey, Mike, what's going on? Well, you could kind of hear him, and I think you kind of get the idea of what you're going to be dealing with if you go out on the roads today. Blowing, blustery conditions. You can see the plow people are out there, but they're just having all sorts of trouble catching up. It is coming down so fast and so hard that it's really going to make it tough on those folks. So thank you, Mike. We'll check back on you. Let's get that microphone thing settled, and then we'll hear what you have to say. Moving on.
And I applaud with them.
All right, now we're heading down Market Street southbound, and we'll check in with Mike Joyce and see what the conditions are. Like wet on the windshield, but snow coming down. Hey, Mike.
Yes, well, we're actually about to make a turn here. We're taking a right turn on 224, and we're down in Boardman right now, and it is blowing out here. The snow is intense. I stood outside for a while about 20 minutes ago, and it was hard to keep my eyes open and even say words because the wind is just so brisk, and the temperature is actually dropping just a little bit. We've seen all snow on our drive around the valley this morning, and it's still coming down, but when we have the winds blowing, that of course means blowing snow. So when you have the roads that are fresh plowed in some spots, that blowing snow is just going to toss a little bit more snow back on there. So as hard as the crews are out at work this morning, ODOT is in full force. I just contacted PennDOT. They have all their plows on the Pennsylvania side out this morning, making sure that folks can make the morning commute as safe as possible. We do want to make sure that everyone follows the road rules. If you get close to a plow, give them plenty of time, or give them plenty of space to do their job. And if you have to pass them, do so very carefully. Not a good morning to be speeding by any sense. Take it slow. We've been going 10, 15 miles per hour under the speed limit ourselves just as a safety precaution, as Route 224 here, very slushy. We've seen a couple ODOT plows and City of Youngstown plows when we were still in Youngstown, and they're out. We've seen them, but side roads, those are going to be the last ones to be plowed. So if you're in a residential neighborhood, take your time getting out this morning. Like Jess and Mike have been saying, double your commute time this morning. It's going to be that type of situation when we're starting to see some more folks out on the roads already, because it's getting close to that time of the morning where a lot of people are making their way to work. So as the roads get a little more congested, you're going to have to yield. Make sure that when you have to make a stop, give yourself plenty of distance, because the roads are slick and you will slide. If you have anti-lock brakes and you start to slide, keep your foot on the pedal. The car will take care of that. If you don't, pump your brakes and stop as slowly as you can. So Mike, it's cold and blustery out here. We just have another full blast of winter out here in the valley, and we're making do here in Boardman.
Be careful, Mike. Thank you so much.
Yeah, that's the thing. If you can find a path for your tire, whip through our area, bringing another blanket of snow and creating some very slick road conditions. What will your morning commute be like today? Well, let's peek in on Mike Joyce, who's driving around the valley. Last we checked, he was going west on 224. Let's see where he is now. Hey, Mike.
Well, we are moving west on Route 224 here in Boardman right now, and it's treacherous. We are driving right in through the tire tracks of cars that have gone through before us, and that's really the way a lot of us have to navigate this morning. It's cold out there. The wind has picked up. Temperatures have dropped a couple of degrees. So when you've got that stronger winds, we're maybe thinking between 10, 15 miles per hour. That'll lower the wind chill a little bit. So even though we've seen temperatures creep above freezing in some spots, we've still managed to have a chilly commute for all of us out there. And we're approaching Route 11, and we're going to hang south, and we're going to report down on some of the heavier snow that's been falling down in southern Mahoning and Columbiana counties this morning. So ODOT in full force, PennDOT in full force. Not a lot of accidents reported yet, but folks are starting to get out on the road right now. So that means with the increased amount of people on the road, the chances of getting in an accident will increase. So give yourself extra space ahead of you. If you're out and about, it will take longer to stop, especially if you get into some of these slick spots. Most of these roads still have a lot of snow out there, and with the blowing snow that Jess mentioned, it's going to be blowing right back onto the road that the plows just took care of. A lot of ODOT trucks, we've seen 5 or 6 out here, and we're pulling on Route 11 on the on-ramp heading south, not plowed. It's a curvy road, so if you're taking these curves, you want to go very slow, as that increases your risk as you're curving around the corners that you'll slide around. Accelerate slowly. Give yourself plenty of distance between the road crews. They're out doing their job, working really hard to make sure that we're all safe, so give them the courtesy of enough space to do their job. Salt's out there. Some communities were a little bit low, but a lot of them have replenished for this winter weather event, and boy, it just keeps on coming. We'll still be seeing snow for the next few hours or a couple hours or so, and we've got light to moderate snow here just south of Boardman right now, and it's gonna stick around for a little bit. So again, main points: stay safe, give yourself extra time, and give yourself the extra distance, and give the road crews room to work, and we'll get through it. It'll clear up and warm up later this afternoon, guys.
All right, as you can see, really tough to see the pavement there. Be careful, Mike, as he heads south on Route 11. Well, moving on, after commute going to be like? Well, very snowy through the north, and Mike Joyce is headed south this morning to find out. Looks like there's some rain on the windshield. That's interesting. East on 344 in Columbiana County.
We are heading east right now on Route 344 in the center of Columbiana right now, and it's just as bad down here as it was up north in Mahoning County. We've been making our way to the south. On Route 11, we decided to come through Columbiana and check things out here. We did see some plows down here, though, which is great to see. Some the city of Columbiana plowing their roads out here. They're trying. They're getting stuff done. All of ODOT is out. There are 20 plows out up in Mahoning County. Reporting from Trumbull County, 20 plows are out. out and about all over the county, making sure that the roads are plowed for the folks that have to get to work this morning. People are moving slow, which is great to see that people are, in the majority of folks are taking it easy, doubling their commute time, and yielding to plows. We haven't seen a whole lot of accidents, although we did pass an accident at mile marker 132. There was a car off the road, no injuries. This was mile marker 32 on southbound Route 11. There was a car off the road, and I also talked to the Mercer County Highway Patrol. There was a jackknifed semi on I-80 that had things going very slow on I-80 right now, but that since has been resolved, and traffic is, while moving slowly, not at the brief standstill that it was an hour or so ago. So there are a few accidents, no reported injuries across the valley. That's great news to hear this morning. A lot of blowing snow. That is an issue this morning as plows move through and push all the snow off the roads. Some of it does get blown back when the winds pick up. We've got winds 10, 15, even gusting up to 20 miles per hour at some times. When I was outside just about an hour ago, it was hard to take with a bare face. So cover up. It's windy, it's snowy, but the snow is showing signs of ending this morning, which is good news. And this afternoon we'll be warming up into the mid upper 30s. So it'll be a nice a trend to look out for. But right now the commute is rough, so take it slow, take it easy, and make sure that you're watching out for the plows. Give them plenty of distance as you're taking your commute into work this morning.
And as you can see, Mike's saying that, boy, you can barely see the pavement there, so you need to be really careful, especially in those turning lanes and when you stop and go. All right, moving on. After severe winds whipping through our area today, bringing another big blanket of snow and tough road conditions out there. What is your commute going to be like? Mike Joyce is live. He's been driving around the valley all day. What's up, Mike?
We're dealing with some snow down here in Columbiana County. We're in the Columbiana area right now, right along Route 46. Cars are making it down the road, but it is still very treacherous. Our entire journey this morning has been quite an adventure, making it through all of the snow-covered roads, plowing or trying to make it through some tire tracks that have already made their way on the road this morning. More people are out on the roads now that we're getting closer to that time where a lot of people are making their way to work, and we're still seeing the snow coming down here this morning. It'll eventually let up this morning in the next couple hours or so, but it's still coming down. And another factor is it's windy out here. It's chilly and windy. We've got a wind behind my back right now blowing, and I can definitely feel it out here. But what that's also doing is blowing snow back onto the roads again after they've been plowed. So ODOT crews are out in full force this morning. I talked to PennDOT. They're out in full force. Highway patrols did report a couple minor incidents this morning. Mostly folks slid off the road, and there was a jackknifed semi-trailer on I-80 that slowed down traffic considerably. That has been taken care of, and no major injuries reported so far. That is great news this morning. We're slow going out here, and you know what? It's almost a little bit of a nice feeling with the snow out here, but it's rough for a lot of drivers. If you're out and about and about to head out on the roads, make sure to take some extra time. If you have to stop, give yourself enough time to slow down. If you have anti-lock brakes, if you start to slide, keep your foot on the brake. The car will do the work there. If you do not have anti-lock brakes, you want to pump the brakes so your wheels don't lock up. When your wheels lock up, that is when you get the sliding action coming in, and that can lead to sliding off the road. So if you follow those tips and stay away from the plows, stay about 200 to at least 300 feet away, and if you need to pass them, do so slowly. They're out there working really hard to make sure that we're all safe. Down here in Columbiana, it's snowing, and we're gonna make our way back, but it's snowy out on the roads, guys.
Yes, it is. All right, thank you, Mike. Like Mike was saying, it's not -10.
No, not bone
it
chilling.
doesn't hurt, but man, that wind is really kicking up, and you can see the snow still coming down like crazy.